you just assaulted by this individual?
Yes.
What happened?
She banged her drum in my head, calling me white supremacist.
You're assaulting people, kicking vehicles, and they're just trying to go to a parking lot.
Why don't you guys
You
just
guys are
move,
making this
man?
not peaceful.
Just let this guy go. Move.
Hi guys, how are you?
Oh, get
How are you?
lost, you.
Oh,
Get lost.
well, that's not very nice.
Scumbag. Scumbag.
F racist. Look how mad they are. They think they care about hospitals, but this person can't even keep 2 meters away from me. Like, I understand 2 meters is hard to understand, but yeah, so yeah, that's a good thing. Second of all, look at this double standards. They are crybabies who are like, oh, honking is like audio terrorism, but then they were like, a few minutes ago, there's like more people, and they were provoking honking, and then they were cheering it. Convoys for freedom are taking place across the country, and you're going to get fact-based reports from Rebel News because our boots are on the ground at convoyreports.com. I'm Drea Humphrey. I'm covering what went down February 5th in Vancouver's Freedom Convoy, and I'm actually just in front of some counter-protesters who are here to protest the individuals who routinely in Vancouver's freedom movement have always been peaceful. So you're not going to want to miss this report, and you're not going to want to miss any of them at convoyreports.com. Also, if you're new to Rebel News, you should know we rely on people like you to bring you the other side of the story, so you can also support the cost for our journalism across the country, including at Parliament in Ottawa, by donating what you would like there at convoyreports.com. All right, so it looks like we're at the checkpoint where counter-protesters are here to protest the protesters of the Freedom Convoy. If you don't know that the freedom movement in the Lower Mainland has been going on for nearly 2 years, it's always been peaceful. There's signs about white supremacy. No one seems to want to be talking. I'll just read what they are gathering here for according to their posts on Reddit. Goal 1 is to show the convoy that there are lots of people in the city who will loudly oppose them and their message. When I tried to ask what they think their message is, I stand with healthcare workers. Okay, what about the healthcare workers who are in the convoy? Do you stand with them too?
I'm not talking to you.
Okay, that's fine.
You know who's a healthcare worker? Her.
Yeah, I'm a healthcare worker.
Visible minority? Her.
Rick. Hi, how are you guys? Good. So you gotta protect healthcare. What's that sign about?
Just protecting healthcare workers.
Okay. Yeah. Are they at risk right now, or
Yes.
from?
From everyone who comes in and demands expectations higher than their vaccine status.
Okay. So
Keep healthcare workers safe. Yes, I know. By vaccinating. That's it. That's all.
what about the healthcare workers who are not vaccinated or don't want to disclose their personal information?
I'm not interested in saying anymore. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Hi guys, how are you?
Oh, get
How are
lost,
you?
you.
Oh,
Get lost.
well, that's not very nice.
Scumbag. Scumbag.
F racist.
Scumbag.
Do you
Yes, thank you.
do you think everybody who opposes mandates is a white supremacist?
What's the definition of fascism?
Do you think freedom is racist? There's a sign.
You guys are such garbage.
Aw, that's not very nice.
I have no idea why you're with this horrible, horrible news organization.
Well, how about we talk about that? Why are my reports horrible?
Your news organization is not even a news organization.
That's
Don't
not
talk to
true.
me.
We are a news
You are
organization.
not. You are propaganda. Nobody respects you.
Tell me
Canadians
something
hate
that we've said that's not factual.
you. Get that thing out of my face.
All right,
I
sir.
know this is your style.
Sir,
And
you're
we're actually
swearing at
success-
me. You're swearing at me. I'm interviewing the
Don't
counter-protest.
talk to these
No, that's
Yeah,
not my
no,
goal.
you're right.
I don't need you to speak on my behalf, sir. All right, so I've been sworned, told that healthcare workers matter, although I am a healthcare worker, apparently I don't matter. And they're here to stop white supremacy, but speaking on my behalf, calling me a fascist for bringing the story. But anyways, this is what we do. We report the news. Apparently, these counter-protesters are here for goal number one, to show the convoy that there are lots of people in the city who will loudly oppose them. Everybody's free to their own opinion. I believe in freedom of speech. But if you look at recent polls, the majority of Canadians are now ready to have these mandates stop. Goal number two is to attempt to prevent them from turning left onto Broadway and forcing them to take Main Street downtown, limiting their impact on Vancouver General Hospital and St. Paul's. The cyclists can then ride in front of them with signs, which I'm sure will piss them off. I'm not exactly sure what Vancouver General Hospital has to do with this protest. It's very clearly outlined. Their path was to start at the Langley Theatre and drive to CTV. According to them, they see that the mainstream media is the real virus. It has nothing to do with the hospital. And we also know many healthcare workers are en route on the convoy as well. Do you think that everybody who's participating in the convoy is unvaccinated?
No, I don't. Yeah, I think there's lots of vaccinated people, and I think that I think initially what they were trying to do is say we want a choice, but so many other people have jumped on the bandwagon. But it's just about they're tired and they want to get rid of the masks and they want to get rid of all the mandates, and that's going to come. That's coming. You know, it's just we have to be a bit more patient. That's all.
Hi, sir. Tell us what your sign's about. All right, so the Freedom Convoy is starting to arrive on East Broadway and Kingsway, meeting up with some counter-protesters who have a message but don't want you to hear. You know what? This is what democracy looks like, okay? You got people with all their opinions, whether they're misguided or not, that's not the point. This is how Canada's supposed to be, as long as it's peaceful, right?
First of all, look at these people who are claiming that they are annoyed by honking, which provoke. Second of all,
How so?
She doesn't get. Look how mad they are. They think they care about hospitals, but this person can't even keep 2 meters away from me. Like, I understand 2 meters is hard to understand, but yes, that's a good thing. Second of all, look at these double standards. They are crybabies who are like, oh, honking is like audio terrorism, but then they were like a few minutes ago, there's like more people, and they were provoking honking, and then they were cheering it. So it's all about a double standards much, right? So they don't like honking when it's for something they don't like, but they just absolutely. Besides, you don't know, if you were for socialism, you would actually support workers. Truckers are workers. What you stand for is what elites are standing for. I understand public education systems failed them. You see how nice they're? Oh, I'm ugly, so they're like,
you look beautiful to me, your smile.
I was just told by an old man that I have a beautiful smile. And obviously, but you see, this is like a double standards, and that's what we're dealing with. People are.
Can I ask, what do you think about the signs on white supremacy?
Well, it's just a typical tactic. I'm from Russia, right? And I immigrated from Russia, and that was a typical. So basically, what they're following is one-on-one Putin's handbook, you know? It's just basically if you disagree with someone, you portray them as Nazi, as racist. Like in Russia, that was like, oh, it's an agent of the West. Here it's like, oh, is this a Russian actor? You're like, I was really laughing when I saw that. And it's the same thing. In Russia, they would be just smearing them as fascist, as Nazi. Same thing they're doing it here.
So they claim they're against the bloc. Excuse me, sir. We're working. Please, excuse me. So they claim they're against the blocking of traffic to They claim they're against the blocking of traffic to get to, maybe you have to get to the hospital, and they are actually blocking traffic as we speak. How do they know where people behind the truckers or along with the truckers are trying to go? Maybe there's a healthcare worker trying to get to their shift right now, but it doesn't seem to matter very much. You're currently being blocked right now. A lot of the protesters, there's two themes. They want to stop white supremacy, and they also want to stop people from blocking healthcare facilities. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, we definitely not support blocking health facilities at all. We are here for peaceful expression, that we want to have no mandates in Canada. We want to live in a free country, and that's why we are here to support truckers in Ottawa and all people who love freedom and unity.
Do you think it's ironic that they're saying they don't want to have you guys block traffic because there might be emergencies, but yet they're blocking the traffic?
Exactly, like they don't want us to block, but look at them, what they are doing.
In the bus through,
All right, they're letting the bus through, but not anybody else in the other lane, whether you're part of the convoy or not. Oh, we got assault here. Where's the officers? Where's the officer? Where's the police? Where's the police when you need them? This is real peaceful, guys, real peaceful. Kicking people's vehicles. These freedom protests have been taking place for almost 2 years in Vancouver, all peaceful. All the police reports, Vancouver Coastal Health. You guys are just violent and angry, man.
Understand they're upset, but they realize they're doing the exact same thing. They're accusing
That's
people
what
of rape.
That's what I just said. Hi there. Do you have a message you wanted to get across? Well, there's some good music going on, but not a lot of words. If you want a message to get across, generally you communicate it for change, but
Get out of here! Racist! White supremacist!
Dude.
Sir, were you just assaulted by this individual? What happened?
She banged her drum in my head, calling me white supremacist.
I can see you're shaking. That must be rattling.
Like, we're all for freedom, for peace, for rights, for right to travel, right to go to restaurants. It's
Why do you think they think you're a white supremacist without even knowing or speaking to you?
because of the news, because of Justin Trudeau calling us misogynist, racist, supremacists. There's people of all, like, we're all Canadian, you know, black and white. It's insane.
Well, thank you, sir. So,
You know, the hate comes from those protesters, flipping us off, showing us the finger, saying "F you" to us. That's the hate, you know.
careful.
I appreciate it,
Careful,
thank you.
Matt.
What are we against? Why are we not talking?
Yeah, what is this about?
Why wouldn't you want to talk to us, sir?
Why are you guys like
What are you
this?
standing against? You're standing in front of a car.
Don't-
Why would you not do
Don't
that?
do that. Don't do that. You're gonna have to stay still.
Where's the police now for us?
I don't know. Maybe
I'm more
call them.
scared
Call
of them
Call
than, like...
I know. Call them. Call them. Call the police. You guys are blocking traffic for everyone. They're trying to go through to a parking lot.
Yo, guys,
You guys are
move,
kicking
man, move.
vehicles and assaulting people. You're assaulting people, kicking vehicles, and they're just trying to go to a parking lot.
Why don't you guys
You
just
guys are
move,
making this
man?
not peaceful.
Just let this guy go. Move.
Notice CBC isn't covering
him
the
go.
assaults happening.
Dude, chill. I know, chill. He's not a part of the protest, just let him go. Let him through, because you guys just shut down the road. You guys just shut down the road, man, let him go. He's not a part of this. Just get them to move. He's not a part of the protest. They can move. Get out of the way, just move, man. can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Just move, man. Just get out of the way. Just move. You don't need to do that. Just move. I know, I saw that. Dude, just let him go. Let him go. You don't have to touch me either.
They are just trying to make their way. They are not being violent or aggressive. Now the cops are coming. There's been assaults, and it's all been on these people. All right, the police are finally here. You guys are blocking traffic. There's been assaults.
You want it to end.
There's been assaults. You guys from your side are assaulting people. Sorry? They are trying to drive. No, I'm reporting what's happening. You guys are acting unlawful. That's the facts. I'm here to incite. I don't have to incite you. You guys are violent on your own. Okay. It's shameful, man.
I don't understand.
Officers, we have some assaults on video. The lady in the drums has been assaulting the truckers and calling them white supremacists. Is that something we can report to you, sir? Okay, can I report a crime to you or no? Can I report a crime to you, sir? Am I able to report a crime to you? Well, it's a shameful ball of hypocrisy. They are blocking the traffic. They are the ones assaulting. One gentleman was shaking so bad because this woman here bashed him in the face with her drum and accused him of being a white supremacy.
This one's dangerous. Watch out for her.
I know, she's already pushed me before. This is what's really happening. CBC came here. They interviewed a dad with a child saying this is about white supremacy, and they left as soon as it got heated. But when you see what's really happening, it was trucks that are trying to go to a parking lot. They're not going to a hospital. They're going to CTV and parking there and stopping. No blocking of traffic. Their plan was to keep moving. But instead, these counter-protesters have proved their point. They're blocking traffic, which is what they claim they came here to stop. All right, I guess this wraps up part one of trying to cover the Freedom Convoy in Vancouver. We're gonna have another report which will show you the start of it to whatever the end of it looks like. But remember, you can find out what's actually happening on the ground from our reporters at rebelnews.com if you follow at convoyreports.com. And please, if you can, support our independent journalism by donating there as well. We don't take a penny from the federal government's media bailout, and neither would we. We want to be accountable to only you and tell you the other side of the story. I'm Drea Humphrey, and this is Rebel News.